It's a beautiful sunny late afternoon in the winter here at Point Reyes National Seashore. The sun is warm. We've had a big series of storms lately, and we're by a wonderful creek. Actually, this creek flows out to Tomales Bay and out into the ocean. It's a perfect place to talk to Jennifer Stock, Education Coordinator at Cordell Bank National Marine Sanctuary. Jenny, can you give us an idea of what Cordell Bank is, where it is, and why you care so much about it? Because obviously you do.
I do, and the water that we're standing next to right now that's flowing so rapidly after these rains, it's flowing all the way out through Tomales Bay, which flows out into the Pacific Ocean outside of Point Reyes. And if you keep following that water outside of Point Reyes, you get into the larger context of a wild wilderness in the Pacific Ocean. And this region is extremely productive with nutrients in the water. This is one of the only places on Earth, one of 4 places on Earth that are as productive as the rainforests of the world. They have incredible amounts of nutrients that animals come from all around the North Pacific Ocean to feed here. Albatrosses come from Hawaii. Shearwaters come from New Zealand. They also come from Chile. Animals come from the Arctic, and they all come through here to feed because there's so much food in the water from upwelling in the springtime when nutrients are brought to the surface. This area is also a destination area, foraging area for humpback whales, blue whales, elephant seals, sea lions, harbor seals. Animals come from all over to feed here. This area was so special, the National Marine Sanctuary Program designated 3 contiguous national marine sanctuaries outside the Golden Gate to help protect these unique environments. Starting in the south, the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary comes up to the Gulf of the Farallones around the Farallon Islands, and then Cordell Bank is just off the coast of Point Reyes. And the unique thing about Cordell is that it's mostly underwater, the secrets and mysteries that it has. There's mostly continental shelf that's very soft and flat, but then Cordell Bank rises up from the seafloor and is this mountain underwater that provides habitat for lots of animals that are floating around in the water column. So corals, sponges, hydroids, anemones, all sorts of animals settle out on Cordell Bank and help provide habitat for other animals like rockfish and lingcod, giant Pacific octopus. So above and below the waters of Cordell Bank are thriving with marine life, much of it hidden to us. But the productive waters really support an incredible marine ecosystem below the water and on top of the water.
Jennifer, that is just absolutely incredible. Have you ever seen all this amazing abundance? Tell us about that.
Yes, actually the best time of year to go out to the Cordell Bank area is in the summer and fall. That's the time of year where there's lots of krill in the water, which is what salmon feed on, and a lot of birds are migrating here, as well as humpback whales. And you can go out on a boat and hopefully you'll get to see dolphins. We've seen humpback whales breaching right next to the boat. Beautiful pectoral fins just slapping the water. Sometimes we see them foraging, so we'll see them taking huge gulps of krill and then coming up to the surface and pushing out all that water. Seabirds that breed so far away we see right next to our boat, and it's just an amazing experience to be out on the ocean and seeing animals that spend their entire lives traveling thousands of miles on this incredibly harsh habitat that we have such a hard time understanding because we're on land, but it's so important to so many animals. I've also had the chance to dive on Cordell Bank in a submersible. The sanctuary does a lot of research to try to understand that environment, and I had the chance to dive in a submersible, and it was amazing to see so much life just piled up on top of each other. There's no empty space on the higher reefs of Cordell Bank because everybody wants to land there because there's so much food in the water. So you see sponges on top of hydrocorals and sea stars crawling around on top of them, and crabs, and it's very, very dense with colorful life. You'd be surprised tropical colors you see in this cold, temperate water. It's a temperate, cold water reef.
Ocean sanctuaries that are clearly so critical to life on Earth, places well worth learning more about. Thank you so much for sharing your passion with us today, Jenny.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Discover more about your place among the wild things and visit Cordell Bank online at cordellbank.noaa.gov. Experience, explore, connect. I'm Gina Farr. Thanks for listening. This conversation is a feature of WildSoundStories.com.